Hey, what it is, Cowboys Nation, man? This be your boy Stank, man. I'm back at y'all with another video, man. Whoo, tough laws, baby. Tough laws, tough laws. I understand. But man, first thing I want to say, man. First thing I want to say, Cowboy Nation, is man, I'm proud. I'm proud of the Cowboys, man. I'm proud of the team, man. I gotta be honest. I'm proud of the team. I'm not happy with the outcome. But I must say, man, as a fan, I'm proud of them boys. They put up a good fight. They fought. Um, if you ask me, I feel like we got really cheated out of a dub. But that's neither here nor there. I know it's football. Things happen. You know. Sometimes you can't control things. I understand that. But man, I feel like we outplayed the Eagles in every aspect of the game, from special teams, offense, receivers outplayed their receivers. My defense did great versus their offense. I feel like our O-line did great. We gave up some sacks, but I feel like as a whole, overall, I think our offensive line did good. Minus Terrence Steele. He didn't look very, very good in that game, but man, it's a lot of bright things. There's a lot of things that I can say as a fan that I did like in that game. And one thing I can say, man, Dak Prescott threw that football. Like everybody know, like I always say, we had our doubts. We weren't really high on Dak a couple of weeks ago. We wanted to see more out of him, man. Like these last 3 weeks, that's all he been showing. Like he been showing a lot of upside. Like he been doing very, very great these last 3 weeks, man. And I gotta admit, the man been playing lights out. The man been playing goods. I have no complaints with Dak Prescott. The man threw for 300 and some odd yards versus the Eagles, and also with 3 touchdowns. CD been playing lights out. CD been great. I'm just looking for that number 2 and number 3 receiver to step up. And I'm not even going to really say number 2 because I feel like Brandon Cooks have been stepping up. I feel like Brandon Cooks have been stepping up. And I also feel like he was open a lot of times versus the Eagles. But, he just ain't received the ball. But it is what it is. But if I'm not going to say the number 2, I will say number 3 receiver. And like I said, I felt like Gallup was our number 2. I feel like Cooks was supposed to come in and compliment Gallup in CD. But a lot of people say they feel like Cooks is number 2. And he playing like the number 2. We have to see more from Gallup. Like, where do we go from this? Like, Gallup not stepping up. He not playing as we hope he would play this year. As in hearing that he feeling better. He wasn't good last year after the injury, but he feeling better, and he's still not playing up to our potential. Like, where do we go from that? Because that become a problem going forward, man. It's like it showed versus the Eagles. Critical third down pass drop. I understand you didn't receive the ball all game. I understand that you didn't get your feet wet. I understand this. But these is passes that he have to catch. Like, these is critical moments. These is game-changing catches. But the reason I'm not going to be all the way hard on him because he came away with a great catch on third down to make up for that drop. A lot of people not saying that, but he did. And I would like to see a lot more from Gallup, but that was a great catch he caught on that third down pass. You really put us in position to put some points on the board. So, but overall, he haven't been there for us like we need him to be. Like, CD just playing lights out, man. This man is unguardable at this point. And all we need is another player to step up. Like, also even Big Ferg stepping up. Like I said he would. I felt like Ferg was going to step up this year. After seeing his rookie year, I knew he was going to ball this year. It wasn't no doubt in my mind that the man was going to ball. And the man balled versus the Eagles. Man, had like 90-yard receiving. Him and CD with the best receivers versus the Eagles. We need somebody else to step up and help out. If we could get one of our other receivers, which is, I feel like Turpin can be that receiver. I feel like Tolbert, he got in a couple of plays and made plays versus the Eagles. If it happened to take to where we might have to put Turpin or Tolbert in the game, we might just have to do that, because I understand they don't want to sit Gallup, or they want Gallup be on the field because he got paid. Well, if we're gonna do that, then he gotta produce. He gotta show up. He have to show up, especially against corners. I feel like he's supposed to be winning a one-on-one matchup against, and he not doing that. So man, we gotta see how we're gonna do. I know we're supposed to be working out on Martavis Bryant. Knew you to play for the Raiders and the Steelers. Speed, power. We're going to see how that go. But we need somebody at that number 3 position to step up. Like I said, Cooks, you know, he coming along and he's showing a lot of, he could making plays when it counts in some plays. He made plays last week. I feel like it was plays to be made versus the Eagles that I feel like he got a lot of separation on, and he got open on, but, Dak didn't see him. But it is what it is. But we need Gallup to step up. And if he's not going to do that, then we're going to have to just move forward and get Turpin or Jalen Tolbert some reps, man. Because if we don't, it's going to be hard going forward. I'm telling you, man. We need somebody else to step up. And our run game got to get better. I feel like versus the Eagles, we would have did better than what we showed against the run, but we were behind the 8 ball. 17-28. Like, how can you run the football when you got to play from behind? And I believe they received the ball after halftime. So we had to play. We really had to play, from behind. But overall, TP had a good day on the ground. I feel like he would have been better if it was a closer game, but we had to play from behind, so we had to throw the football more. But man, I would like to see more of Rico and TP separating and mixing carries. I feel like both of them have to see the field. Even if TP got to get 15 carries a game, even if Rico got to get 15. I feel like they got to split carries. I feel like that would give us a better chance. It would keep both running backs, keep both running backs energized, and keep both running backs ready to go, and keep them, where they energized and they can get on the field and make plays, because I feel like TP played better. I hate to say it, because I did say that I feel like he can handle that number 1. But man, I don't know. Maybe he just is the type of running back that play. He got to split carries. Everybody not suitable just to be an every down carrier and running back. So maybe he just that running back that cannot be an every down. I thought he was. I was hoping he can be, but we might just need to split carries. We might just need to have TP touch that thing 18 times and give Rico about 15 carries. Like, might have to do it like that. Especially in a game where it's a close game, or we controlling the game. I feel like, yeah, we could do that. Like 18 carries, 17 carries with TP. Rico, because we got to get our running game going, man, because the running game opened up the pass, and as of right now, Dak is playing very, very well. So if we can get that running game going, I feel like we could be a little bit better. You feel what I'm saying? Because we have been struggling in the run game. But like I said, overall, man, the boys played good versus the Eagles. It's hurtful. I'm kind of still dwelling on it. I still think about it from here and there. I think about it, the loss. and how we lost, I feel like, man, dog, it was a lot of things that could have been done differently on the referee part. Like, I don't feel like it was too much of us that I feel like we needed to fix it. I feel like we played a perfect game other than the penalties. Like, I feel like we honestly controlled that game. Black and white shows it. Like, we hold their best receiver to 60-yard receiving when he was on a 100-yard streak. You feel me? And we hold him to 60 yards with a second-year player in Deron Bland and Gilmore. Like, you couldn't ask for more from your secondary. Like, you feel me? That's a great job by them boys. But, man, your quarterback throw for 300 yards. You got a receiver that almost had 200-yard receiving. A tight end that had 90 yards receiving. You feel what I'm saying? You couldn't ask for more. And still was in position after all the penalties and after all the bad calls and after being down, 11 points. Still come back and put your team in position, and we still in position to win the game. And like, that said a lot about your team. So I'm not really upset about the loss. Feel like it should have been a win, but it is what it is. We got to move forward. But I will say this. They got to see us in week 14. They have to see us in week 14. And week 14 will be a more critical game than what it was in week 8. Trust me. Because week 14 is liable to be one of them games that both teams is tied up in the division. And that game come down to whoever take the number 1 spot in that division. And then going forward, you got 4 more games after that game before the end of the season, before playoff time. So that could be a critical game. So, we'll take our L. But I promise you, that next game will be in AT&T Stadium, Jerry World. And we're going to see. We will see the Eagles again. But it's going to be a different outcome, trust me. Because